Hey guys, this is going to be a strange topic. Would I buy into cryptocurrencies now? I'm recording this in December 2017. Bitcoin's making all-time highs. My Bitcoin hoard, because I was going to buy Bitcoin many years ago at 4 cents a piece, and it'd be worth like 120 odd million today. So I never purchased them because it was so bloody difficult. I dropped it after, 3/4 through the process. Big mistake. But so let's look at Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies today. And would you get into this? Would you get into this game? So what do I mean by getting into the game? Well, there's different ways you can look at the cryptocurrency business. You can look at it as a way to just try to capture some of that rising market. Now, let me put out something. I believe that these cryptocurrencies in of themselves are only worth anything because people think they are going up in value. That is the definition of an asset bubble. Does that mean that cryptocurrency, the technology behind it, is terrible? No, not at all. I think there's something to it, perhaps. I honestly have not looked at it from a programmer's point of view. I haven't looked at the merits of of whether it be Dashcoin or Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever, Ethereum. It's an interesting space. I see it not going away, but like the dot-com bubble, I was right in the thick of it in those days. The internet was this growing thing, right? With the dot-com, all these dot-com companies. Most of these dot-com companies have not survived. Most have gone bankrupt, disappeared. But the web and the internet, it's huge, of course. So will cryptocurrencies and that technology be somewhere in 5-10 years? Definitely, in some form or another. I'm not sure where, but it will be. I think it's an interesting tech. I don't know if it will become as big as the web. Maybe it will, or maybe the protocols and the underlying technology be utilized by big financial institutions in some way. So it's going to be important in some way. Does that mean that I think these coins are all going to be worth a lot of money? No, I think that the vast majority, probably 99% of them, are going to go nowhere in some period, at some point. Now, will that take 6 months, 6 days, 6 years? I don't know. When I was trying to buy Bitcoin, when it just came out, it was like 4 cents a coin. I was trying to buy it because I figured it would go up in value because of the way these type of things go, these type of markets go that way. You see it all the time. Look up tulip mania on Wikipedia and you'll see what this is. Look at housing prices, right? I always ask myself, why would somebody pay twice the price for a house that it costs to build a brand new house, right? It doesn't make any sense. Now, you can argue about location, maybe, but and houses went up in value like crazy. And I was talking about how these houses were way overvalued in 2007. People thought I was crazy, and then they crashed. They've come back quite a bit, but I think they'll crash again because at the end of the day, houses are consumable items like cars. They wear down, they break down. The older the house, the more repairs, cost more money to maintain. But again, as the housing market illustrates, they can keep going up and up as long as there's buyers. And I think the cryptocurrency is in the same situation, although at least with the house, you can live in it. So we'll see how it goes. Now, that being said, I am now investigating cryptocurrencies. A friend of mine, my partner and I in another business where he's got Ethereum miners he built, and we're getting into other stuff, and we're looking at it more deeply because as nerd programmers, as technologists, it's just something worth looking into. Who knows what business opportunities this whole space will bring about. Now, most people are just thinking about buying coins or mining coins, but there's much more to it than that if you think about it. There are business applications. I think a lot of people who are going to make big money are the people who get into cryptos in terms of looking at how to get into the whole crypto business. I don't know whether it be exchanges, whether it be apps that support cryptos. I don't know. You have to look at that. So it's a fun space. And I have to tell you from my experience as a developer going back to the 90s, it reminds me of the dot-com era back in like 93, 94. I have to tell you, when I was 95, I remember people would approach me and say, what is this web thing? They didn't know what it was. Or in 96, 97, when I started developing full-time sites for other companies, not just my own, I would approach prospective clients, company, and I would say, hey, you should get yourself a website. And they said to me sometimes, what's a website? Or other times they said to me, this internet thing, it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Even Bill Gates famously thought that the internet was just some sort of short-term hype bubble. And so this cryptocurrency thing reminds me of that time in terms of what's going on. Now, before you get super excited about getting into cryptos, understand most of the .com websites and businesses, the vast majority went bankrupt. They don't exist anymore. Only a handful are left over, right? Think about Yahoo, Google. Well, Google came after that, really. A few others, just a handful. But so many went bankrupt because when you got a new market coming about, like the crypto market, like the web market, like AI, etc., we're still trying to figure out how this is going to play out, how it's going to work. If you look at like the car industry back in the day, there were I think there was like a couple hundred car manufacturers when automobile technology started coming around. There's all kinds of crazy designs that people tried before what we have now was established: the four wheels, the steering wheel, the gas, the brake, etc. So understand that we're at that stage now with the cryptocurrency space, in that it's a wild west. We don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work, right? So understand, if you do get into gambling in cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc., 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 understand that this is a very risky, volatile situation. You can make a lot of money, but you can get killed as well. So, and in the .com era, I know a lot of people who were rich one day and literally within a week were flat broke. I know these people personally. I know people who were worth millions and millions of dollars in investment, and they were invested in very solid companies, and they got out, their millions of dollars worth of stock went to like $500, and that's when they sold out. So this is where, if you're investing in cryptocurrencies, this is where basic investment strategies that are tried and tested, diversification, et cetera, allocation of assets, this is where it's smart. Now, you never know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm putting this information out there so that you guys do what you will with it. It's born out of experience, not only my own, but other people's as well. That's it for now. Bye-bye.